welcome to the opening contest of LWW CYBERSLAM pay-per-view. Next stop on the road, the Final Hunt 3 for New Gen. And we're kicking this pay-per-view off with Talon, which is Doomfist and Austin Hale, taking on Venom and Carnage of the Symbiotes, with, I would assume, Anti-Venom in their corner. And on the most recent episode of New Gen, Doomfist scored a big win over Venom in a singles match in the main event of episode 22 of New Gen. And you know the symbiotes were not happy about that, especially Venom. He was not happy about losing the Doomfist in the go-home show before this pay-per-view. You know, Talon is going into this match with momentum and the urge to get payback against their former teammates in the case of the symbiotes. Especially Doomfist, he wants to get payback against both Carnage and Venom. He already got payback against Venom. Now he just wants to get his hands on Carnage and beat the shit out of him for their betrayal and aligning with Anti-Venom to form this trio, this freaking symbiotes. This is the first time I've seen all three these guys together in a while. Venom and Carnage have been in singles matches the last couple of times I've seen them. And Carnage beat Austin Hale in his match. And like I said, Venom lost to Doomfist in the recent episode of New Gen. Anti-Venom hasn't had a singles match in quite some time. He's mostly just been in a managerial role ever since he convinced these two Nimrods and Carnage and Venom to align with him to form this group and turn on the rest of Talon. Now we have to wait and see if these symbiotes can work together as a cohesive unit, which I know Carnage and Venom can, to take out Talon. Especially with Anti-Venom leading the charge. I'm curious to see how this whole partnership works. Definitely will be curious indeed. Hopefully it works out for them, because that would suck if it doesn't. And let's get this tag team opening contest underway between these two, and apparently we have Carnage and Anti-Venom representing the symbiotes, and here I thought Venom was going to be involved, but I guess after losing the Doomfist on New Gen, I guess Anti-Venom was like, Venom, you stay on the outside, I'll take over and be a part of this match. And now Doomfist, with a neckbreaker at Carnage, always signing off this match, crazy. Doomfist just beating the shit out of Carnage, who just nails Doomfist with a big boot to the face. Go behind by Carnage on Doomfist into the Russian leg sweep. And now Carnage picking up Doomfist with the headlock again. Into the body slam. And now Carnage turning Doomfist around, whips him into the ropes. And Carnage tagging in Anti-Venom and just slamming Doomfist's face against Anti-Venom's foot. Or boot, one of the two. And Anti-Venom sending Doomfist into the ropes, spine buster the Doomfist there. And Anti-Venom just a flurry of punches the Doomfist, and just more punches, but Doomfist blocks that one into the headlock. And Doomfist with a body slam to Anti-Venom there. And now Doomfist whipping Anti-Venom into the ropes. Black hole slam by Doomfist there. And now Doomfist with a suplex to Anti-Venom, and he nails it. Go behind by Doomfist on Anti-Venom, and a chop block. And now Anti-Venom with a headlock on Doomfist, elbow to the face. And Anti-Venom with a flurry of punches in the go behind and a suplex to Doomfist. And now Doomfist running over and tags in Austin Hale. Now Hale with a pair of punches Anti-Venom, knocking in the ropes, but Austin gets dumped to the outside. Power slam there by Carnage, Austin Hale on the outside. And another one. And a drop kick there by Carnage. Anti-Venom and Carnage just beating the shit out of Austin Hale on the outside. And now he sends Carnage in the ring and just gets shoulder tackled by Anti-Venom on the outside here. DDT by Austin and Anti-Venom on the outside. And now Carnage sending Austin back in the ring. Nope. Or just whoops him into the power slam, one of the two. And now Austin's back in the ring after he finally was able to break away from the symbiotes. Anti-Venom is just running around the ring for reasons. Austin knows it's not time to be taunting like Captain Pollution and TAW. I almost said Magnation, sorry. And Anti-Venom, the Bulldog, to Austin. Belly back suplex by Austin there to Anti-Venom. Con elbow tap again. Sean's going to be happy about that. And another one. And now Anti-Venom with a go behind on Austin into the headlock. And Austin with a drop toe hold to Anti-Venom. And Austin sending Anti-Venom into the ropes. Arm drag. And Austin Hale whipping Anti-Venom into the corner. Tags in Doomfist again. Off the ropes. Drop toe hold and Magnation elbow. Take a shot, whatever you're drinking. Drink responsibly, people. Unless it's water. If you're drinking water, drink plenty of it. Just don't drink like 100 bottles of it or cups of it in one quick succession. You'll drown yourself. You don't want that to happen. And Doomfist getting whooped in the ropes by Anti-Venom. Spine buster. There. Anti-Venom picking up Doomfist. Whoops him in the ropes again. And another spine buster to Doomfist there by Anti-Venom. Sorry. And now Doomfist getting picked back up by Anti-Venom into the go behind. Into the Russian leg sweep. And an elbow drop. They just ran into each other there. And now Doomfist tagging in Austin Hale again. Kicked the midsection of Anti-Venom by Austin. And the headlock. Punch the face. Punch the face. Punch the face of knocking down that time Austin by Anti-Venom, sorry. And Venom is just talking shit on the outside of the ring there. Anti-Venom getting kicked in the corner by Austin, who's just grinding his knee against his face. So Austin just slamming Anti-Venom's head against the ring. Springboard by Austin, which he nails. And now Austin another punch to the face of Anti-Venom into the armbar. Kicks him in the midsection and whiffs that second kick. And DDT by Austin there. Now he's just bouncing his head against the ring some more. And now Anti-Venom tags in Carnage. And Carnage with an armbar on Austin. Well, that's one way to do an STO, I guess. And Carnage picking up Austin into the headlock again. And Carnage with a suplex to Austin Hale. And Austin tripling up Carnage there. Go behind by Austin on Carnage. And Carnage reverses whatever I was trying to go for into a belly to back suplex again. And now Carnage just the stomps and a chop block to Austin. And Austin shoving Carnage off. Punch to face. In the headlock by Carnage. Into the body slam. And Austin does another punch in the midsection of Carnage. And a kick to the midsection as well. Into the headlock. In the chin breaker. Doomfist, you are not helping here. And Carnage gets knocked down by Austin again. And just more punches by Austin. That time knocks him in the corner. And Austin tried to go for a suplex, but Carnage reversed it into his own suplex. And now Carnage with a German suplex to Austin Hale. What does he think he is? Jack 6? And a knee drop, which he missed there. It's Carnage. And another chop block to Austin there, cutting him off and getting the Doomfist. And Austin shoves Carnage off. Whips the punch there as Carnage, and Austin to go behind into the headlock. Uppercut to Carnage there by Austin. And Austin Hale with a bulldog to Carnage. And Carnage just takes out Doomfist. Well, I don't think that was his intended target, but it works. Austin with an elbow to the face of Carnage and just beating the shit out of him, knocking him in the corner again. And Austin with a neck breaker to Carnage. And now Austin tags in Doomfist after Doomfist got inadvertently taken out by Carnage there. And Carnage blocks that kick punch from Doomfist, misses the boot there, and Doomfist knocking Carnage in the ropes. Punch to the back. Punch to the back. And just freaking lets him just rebound off the ropes onto his back there. And now Doomfist just punching the hell out of Carnage some more. Now Now Doomfist picking up Carnage, punch the face again, and Carnage blocks that one into the armbar. And Doomfist breaking free and nails him with an STO. And now just stomping away at him, and now just punching the shit out of Carnage some more. Doomfist makes these symbiotes pay for betraying him. And now Carnage sending Doomfist into the corner. Tags an anti-venom. What? No. Wheelbarrow, slingshot, suplex, reverse suplex. Whatever the hell that was. That was awesome. That was some like Hardy Boy shit. Rake to the eyes of Venom by Doomfist. Go behind as well. Into the Russian leg sweep. And now Doomfist picking up anti-venom and Carnage getting a shot there. And anti-venom beating the crap out of Doomfist, nailing a DDT. And now anti-venom just punching the hell out of Doomfist here. This is the elbow drop there. And they just ran right into each other. Black hole slam by Doomfist there. Now Doomfist picking up anti-venom. Another STO takedown there. And Doomfist tags in Austin. And anti-venom tags in Carnage again. And Carnage with a German suplex to Austin Hale. Punch the face of Austin Hale and go behind by Carnage. Gets flipped over by Austin. Now Austin Hale setting up with something here. And Austin is another punch to Carnage. And Doomfist took out anti-venom. And Austin setting Carnage in the corner. I sets him on the top turnbuckle in the corner. And Carnage elbowing Austin in the face. Drop kick to Austin by Carnage from the top turnbuckle. And Carnage with a flatliner to Austin, stealing that move from him and Xavier's King. Into the headlock by Carnage. Trips him up to Austin. Elbow drop to Carnage and anti-venom takes out Doomfist again. Knocks him down, does Austin, and again. Tilt the World Slam. Or something like that by Austin Hale to Carnage. And now Austin picking up Carnage. And he nails a spinning kick to Carnage. It is Austin Hale. Now Austin dragging Carnage from ropes. Now going for a cover. One. Only a one count because the ref took forever. And now Carnage with the Let There Be Carnage DDT to Austin Hale. Which he almost always wins, usually with one or two. 1, 2, and Doomfist breaks it up. Just in the nick of time. And Doomfist whipping Carnage in the corner. Clothesline by Austin Hale, Carnage there. And now Austin picking up Carnage. And Carnage blocks a kick there. Kick there by Austin. And now just slams his head against the ring. And dribbling it like a basketball. And now Austin sending Carnage into the corner. Tags in Doomfist. And Austin hurling his boss at Carnage with a crossbody. And Carnage tags at anti-venom because Doomfist took a sweet ass time taunting. Who just knocks Venom in the corner. Oh god. Doomfist setting freaking anti-venom in the corner. It sets him up for a muscle buster. Freaking stealing Samoa Joe's move now, isn't he? And now Doomfist setting up for the Doomfist. Nope. He's stealing the anti-venom powerbomb. And he nails it. What is a regular powerbomb? I can't remember. And Austin takes out Carnage. And Venom distracting the referee here. And anti-venom blocks that punch and nails a discus clothesline of Doomfist. As appears brutally. And the ref is still scolding Venom earlier. Russian leg sweep by Doomfist anti-venom. And poke to the eyes of Doomfist by anti-venom there. Bulldog again. Elbow drop to the back there. Shoulder tackle by anti-venom. Anti-venom going for submission on Doomfist. And Austin breaks it up. And the anti-venom with a suplex to Doomfist there. Now calling up a top between the two. Sean's gonna be happy about that again. Into the headlock by Doomfist. Knocks him down. And again. Now Doomfist sending Anti-Venom in the corner. Running splash. And the spear by Doomfist to Anti-Venom. Spine buster by Doomfist Anti-Venom. Going for cover is Doomfist, but Venom is distracting the referee again. And Carnage breaks it up the pin. And now Carnage is getting involved, just getting a cheap shot there. Anti-Venom just to punch the face of Doomfist. Anti-Venom dragging Doomfist away from the ropes. Going for cover. One. Only a 1 count there. Headlock by Anti-Venom and then kick to the face of Doomfist there. And an elbow drop to the back again. And Doomfist sending Anti-Venom in the corner. Running shoulder tackle. And a knee to the face. Now Doomfist telling Anti-Venom to get up, setting up for the Doomfist. And Doomfist with his Doomfist straight to the face of Anti-Venom. Doomfist going for a cover. 1. And the ref is distracted by Venom again, and Carnage breaks up the pin attempt. And Anti-Venom blocks the punch there. And Venom's finally been ejected. Now it's just chaos in the ring right now. Anti-Venom whipping Doomfist corner and just repeatedly elbowing him in the face while Carnage was dazed in the ring there for a minute. Going for a cover. Nope. Carnage took out Austin, and Anti-Venom still going out of it. Doomfist. Elbow to the face of Doomfist by Anti-Venom. Into the go behind. Into another suplex. And slams him against the ring. Let's use this move in wrestling. And an elbow drop to the back. Chest, sorry. And Anti-Venom picking up Doomfist. Shoulder tackle. Tags in Carnage again. And Doomfist blocks that punch. Carnage blocks that one. Into the armbar. Into the headlock. Chop to the chest. Yanks on his leg. And yanks it back. Now Carnage picking up Doomfist. Into the headlock. Punch, chop to the chest, knocking him down. Going for a cover again. 1. Only a 1 count there. Punch to the face, and Doomfist blocks that one. Into a bear hug! And Anti-Venom manages to break up that bear hug attempt. Now Doomfist has Carnage up for a whirling fireman's carry into this... whatever the hell that was called. And now tags in Austin Hale. And Carnage knocking Austin in the ropes. So he just dumps Carnage to the outside. Almost kicks him off the apron there. And now Carnage is back in the ring. And another German suplex to Austin there by Carnage. Arm drag by Austin to Carnage there. In the elbow drop. Power slam there. Into a body slam by Carnage to Austin. Kick the midsection of Austin by Carnage. Whips him in the ropes. Drop kick. And another drop kick. And Carnage with a neck breaker to Austin Hale. Making his own comeback here. And Carnage with a flatliner to Austin. Going for cover is Carnage. 1, 2, and Doomfist breaks it up. Punch the face of Austin Hale by Carnage. And Austin will go behind into the headlock. Whips him in the corner. Tags in Doomfist. Off the ropes. Drop toe hold and magnesium elbow. And now Doomfist going for a cover on Carnage. 1, 2, and Carnage kicks out. Kick the midsection by Doomfist to Carnage. And Doomfist with a choke bomb there with Carnage. And a kick to midsection. And now picks him back up. Now Doomfist picking up Carnage with a backbreaker. And just slams his arm against the ring, which uses move in wrestling. And now just punching the hell out of him some more. Now Doomfist going for a cover on Carnage again. 1, only a 1 count there. Now Doomfist misses the punch there, and Carnage with a kick to midsection of Doomfist. And Carnage with a second. Let there be carnage, DDT. Going for covers Carnage. 1, 2, and Carnage gets the pin on Doomfist. And the symbiotes beat Talon in this tag team opening contest. And you know Doomfist is going to be livid about this, and he's especially going to be mad as hell at Awesome Hill, who took forever to try and break up that pin attempt. Granted, he had to try and get around Anti-Venom when he tried to run interference. But Carnage proving his worth once again for the symbiotes, scoring another big win. And that tells you how devastating and effective that DDT is that Carnage likes to use. Every time Carnage usually hits that move, usually once or twice, he always wins with it. It's just crazy. In our next contest is RVD taking on Optimus Prime for the Hardcore title in an Extreme Rules match. It's the first title match of the night. Which after this freaking crazy match, I can only imagine what's going to happen in there. And this next contest is the Hardcore Championship of New Gen, where Optimus Prime defends his title against Rob Van Dam, somebody who knows hardcore matches very freaking well. And is also a former hardcore champion in real life. Because he was the one that beat The Undertaker way the hell back for that title, when WWE had it. That was the thing. Remember when The Undertaker was hardcore champion, doing his heel biker face? Hard to believe. Am I right? And here comes the current hardcore champion in New Gen, Optimus motherfucking Prime. Who's old tag team partner Sephiroth, by the way, over in TAW. Sure shit hasn't seen our Sephiroth in a while. TAW Sephiroth has been recently newly crowned TAW World Champion at the time of this recording. And I am so happy for that. Fuck you, Elder God Liu Kang. Shout out to TAW, by the way. If you haven't subscribed already to their channel, go and subscribe to them. And also leave a like and comment on this video, and subscribe after watching this video. Would appreciate it. Trying to hit 500 subs before the end of this year. That would be freaking dope. And Optimus is trying to retain the title over Rob Van Dam like he has over so many other people since he won this hardcore championship. I believe he defeated Lucario for it way back in the day. And here comes a former ECW champion, well, WWE version. Former WWE champion would have held it longer if he hadn't busted for drugs along with Sabu at one time. And former freaking a bunch of other titles holder, including in TNA. And the last match I remember seeing him in was that match he had with Jack Perry for the FTW title. One time he was in AEW when he had his old ECW theme that was by Pantera. Would have been nice if it was the one they used for Broly's theme in his original appearance in the one Dragon Ball Z movie from way back in the day, but beggars can't be choosers. Plus, it's still a good song either way. And Rob's looking to claim his first championship in New Gen if he can defeat Optimus Prime, which I wish him fucking luck with that. Because Optimus has been unstoppable as hardcore champion, and Optimus is looking to make sure that doesn't end anytime soon. Rob is looking to be the first one to beat Optimus Prime in a while. Can't remember the last time Optimus actually lost a match, if ever. Since he first showed up here. And Optimus is probably happy as hell that his tag team partner from way back in the day over in TAW won the title. And he's probably wondering where the hell his tag team partner and Sephiroth and our company is. Because, you know, multiverse. Referee's showing RVD the Hardcore Championship. And there's the Hardcore Championship in New Gen. And let's get this Extreme Hardcore title rules underway. And RVD starting off the headlock. Sending Optimus Prime. Oh, no, Optimus reverse would have RVD try to go for that into a belly-to-belly suplex. Back body drop to RVD by Optimus Prime. Springboard kick by RVD, but Optimus just flips it, slaps it away. That and RVD nailing a Hurricane Rana there to Optimus into the armbar. Lifts him up and slams him down on his knee. Only in the video game. Because you know Optimus is a Transformer. Shot to the back of RVD there by Optimus. Reverse neck breaker. Into a reverse DDT, kind of. Optimus whiffing that punch there into the armbar by RVD, into the go behind. Chop block to the big guy by RVD. That's what you have to do with these bigger guys. Take out their vertical base and keep them grounded. Slams him down on his knee again. RVD sending Optimus Prime into the corner. Running shoulder tackle. And RVD just grinding his boot against Optimus Prime's face. Headlock by RVD into the armbar, into the go behind again, and another chop block to the big man. And Optimus flips him over. And Optimus with the suplex to RVD. Kicked there by RVD. RVD with an armbar on Optimus. Kicked in midsection. Punch knock him in the ropes, and Optimus blocks that one into the headlock. Kicked in midsection RVD, and a shot to the back. And a clubbing shot to the back of the head of RVD there by Optimus Prime. That punch is knocking RVD down. And Optimus just hucking RVD around the ring. I almost said he was going to throw him out the ring. Probably could have. Reverse DDT again. Knocking him in the corner as Optimus. Now picks him up. Snake eyes to RVD by Optimus Prime. Whiffs that clothesline. RVD blocks kick there and gets shoved off. And again, into a dragon screw this time. And Optimus knocking down RVD there. And Optimus just with a straight punch to the face of RVD there. Only a one count. And Optimus a headlock on RVD. Into another one, into the armbar, and a kick and a shot to the arm of RVD by Optimus Prime. Headlock again by Optimus. Into the suplex. In the leg drop. And now RVD's pissed. Now Optimus Prime picking up RVD into the headlock again. Into the suplex, which he nails. Into a leg drop again. And RVD just trips up Optimus. Slams him down, does RVD. Suppose nobody's gone for a weapon yet. And now RVD is whipping Optimus Prime into the corner. Watch out, ref. Running shoulder tackle again. Rolling cannonball into the corner. Kevin Steen's like what we do on that one, RVD. Enziguri by RVD there. Punch knocking him in the corner. In ropes, sorry. Whips him in the corner again that time. Monkey flip by RVD there to Optimus Prime. Now RVD is going for a weapon. I guess he heard me when he said I was wondering when somebody was going to grab a weapon. Now RVD has a baseball bat and just cracking Optimus Prime with it. Repeatedly with that baseball bat. And as you can see, I got the Roadhouse soldiers to come out here to repair my table while Optimus and RVD making their entrances. Which I appreciate, boys. Good luck in your match with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns later on in the show. The Roadhouse soldiers work very quick. Same with the Rednecks. They're pretty good repairing my announce table whenever it gets destroyed for no fucking reason, even though that table's... No, actually, no, that didn't actually happen. My bad. Fourth wall break, I had to record the opening match of this show freaking twice. And there was a table spot, but it didn't happen the second time. Which was the one that's going in the video. And RVD is going for a chair, at least he was trying to. There's a table right there. And now RVD with an armbar on Optimus. Kick to the leg of RVD by Optimus. What the fig was that, Optimus? And now RVD with the kicks. The trained legs of RVD. Doing his best Jean-Claude Van Damme impersonation here. Since I was literally part of his gimmick back in the day. And even the rest of his career, he was basically like a wrestling version of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Elbow to the face. Kicked midsection again. Punch to the face by Optimus to RVD. Right into the steel steps goes Optimus Prime, courtesy of RVD. And now RVD has a steel chair. Tried to crack Optimus Prime in the face with a chair, did RVD. And now Optimus has a chair, and he's just cracking RVD twice with the chair. And again. And a fourth time. And Optimus sending RVD back in the ring. Punch to the face and kick there by RVD in the go behind, into the headlock. Elbow to the face there. Jumping kick there by RVD to Optimus. And now RVD is sending Optimus back in the ring. Now Optimus is going back in the outside to go after Rob Van Dam some more. And now Optimus reverses whatever RVD tried to go for there into a belly-to-back suplex. Now Optimus whipping Rob Van Dam back in the ring. And now he's back in the ring as well. And now Optimus setting up for the jackknife powerbomb. And now Optimus has him up. Jackknife powerbomb to RVD. Jump for cover. 1, 2... And Optimus Prime retains the hardcore title. Unsurprisingly. RVD tried his best, but Optimus was not going to be denied as far as it goes with trying to retain his title. Takes one jackknife powerbomb, and Optimus retained. Unsurprisingly. That powerbomb is devastating. And like I said, RVD tried his best, but Optimus Prime with another successful retention of his title. The next match is Rorschach defending his U.S. title against Wario after Wario won that triple threat match on New Gen recently to become a #1 contender for the U.S. title. And My Otismon and Alma was in that match as well. Rorschach, I wish you luck with that, because Wario, he's a freaking different beast, I tell you. But that match, like I said, is up next. And this is the New Gen United States Championship match with Rorschach is defending his title against Wario, who's looking to win his first championship here in New Gen Wrestling. And he's been in a partnership with Syndrome for a while. Wario actually helped Syndrome win the U.S. title, hold it for a little while before he lost it to Dion Richards. Haven't seen Dion in a while. Hope he's doing alright. I know he's looking to eventually want to go after another title. What that title will be, I have no idea. Here comes the current U.S. champion of New Gen, freaking Rorschach. He won this championship after beating Eli Manning in a one-on-one match, where his career was on the line. That's a career that spanned all the way back to when he was in the Mag Nation, in the case of Rorschach. I haven't seen Eli Manning since. I know he's been doing stuff in his own personal time, and he's been hanging out with LeBron James. Since, those two are a tag team and everything, those two are like best buddies and everything. As far as I know. And now, Rorschach is looking to defend his championship. I believe it's like his second defense or his first defense of the title. I can't remember exactly. All I know is that Rorschach has fought his ass off to get this title, and he's looking to hold on to it for a while. And he's looking to hopefully retain it against Wario. And like I said, he's looking to win his first ever championship in New Gen. Especially since his partner, Syndrome, and their tag team they called Sin Wario is a former U.S. champion, even if it wasn't for very long. Wario hopes to hold the title longer if he actually somehow manages to win this match. Whether or not that'll happen, who the hell knows? I have to wait and see. Depends if Wario can somehow beat Rorschach, who is probably one of the toughest SOBs in this company. He's one of the most determined wrestlers too, because he was determined to win this title. After he almost won in a battle royal, he just won an opportunity for it after that, I believe. I might have gotten them confused either way. But here comes Wario, a former hardcore champion in TAW, former tag team champion in CIW, and former CIW World Heavyweight Champion. Shout out to TAW and CIW, by the way. And at the time of this recordings, I've seen Riot Central 3, and that was probably one of the best pay-per-views ever. There's certain things I won't comment on because I won't spoil it, because you have to go and watch that. And there's certain people I won't say anything about, especially considering the fact that I have one of them on my show. Oh, a couple. But since my show is basically set in an alternate universe, mine I don't have an issue with. It's the one that's over in TAW that I have an issue with. And that version of a certain character in my show can go fuck himself. But that's just me. I made my feelings known about what certain somebody did over in TAW. And I'm not going to freaking say anything else other than that. But I will say this much. Fuck you, Tomohiro Shigaraki. Freaking asshole. That's all I'm going to say. And there's the two participants in this match. The challenger for this title, Wario, a former CIW heavyweight champion and tag team champion with Waluigi. And the current New Gen US champion, Rorschach. Probably the biggest accomplishment he's ever had in his career. Especially since I don't remember him winning anything in the Mag Nation back in the day. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And anybody who watches this video who watched the Mag Nation back in the day. And that prestigious US championship. Probably one of the better looking belts in this company. In my opinion. And there's the US championship like I just was mentioning. And let's get this New Gen US Championship match underway between these two. Rorschach with a kick to the midsection Wario and a drop kick to Wario there. Wario with punches galore and Rorschach blocks that one. And Rorschach with a chin breaker to Wario. Lifts the kick there as Rorschach into the headlock, into the armbar by Wario, into a headlock of his own. Drop toe hold there by Wario. Wario with a flurry of punches, and that one knocking down the current US champion in New Gen. And Wario picking up Rorschach, and Rorschach blocks that punch and nails one of his own. Yeah, and Wario blocks that one into the headlock again. Into the body slam by Wario. There's Rorschach. Wario just more punches the Rorschach there into the headlock again. Misses the close on his Rorschach into the flip there, or whatever the hell that's called by Wario. Wario just more punches the Rorschach, and Rorschach blocks that one in the headlock. And Rorschach with the suplex to Wario. Wario blocks that punch into a headlock again. And Wario slips out of it and slams Wario into the face first in the ring. I mean Rorschach, by the way. And Rorschach just punching the back of Wario's head and slamming him face first into the ring. Now Rorschach armbar on Wario into the go behind. Into the suplex. Now Rorschach picking Wario back up again. Punch the face. And another one. And Wario blocking the drop kick there. And elbow to the back of Rorschach by Wario. Rorschach punching Wario off of him there. Wario blocked the kick to midsection, nailing him with a clothesline. Elbow drop there. Wario picking up Rorschach. Kick to midsection. Drop kick by Rorschach there to Wario. And now just putting the stomps as Rorschach to Wario. And just sits on his leg, which is kind of hard because Wario has very short legs. Kick to midsection of Wario again by Rorschach. Into the go behind. Into another suplex by Rorschach there to Wario. And the leg drop. Rorschach is on the offense here. Kick to midsection of Rorschach by Wario. Then knocks him down with that punch. And now just slamming his head against the ring. A hell of a lot more useful than the slamming his arm against the ring. Headlock by Rorschach again. Into the chin breaker. Into another leg drop. And the Rorschach picking up Wario. Now Rorschach with a wheelbarrow suplex. Kind of. Now Rorschach going for a cover on Wario. Only a 1 count. Now Rorschach with the Rorschach test. Wario there. Going for a cover is Rorschach. 1, 2, and Wario kicks out at 2. Wario whipping Rorschach into the corner. Shot to the back, knocking him down. And now just slamming his head against the ring is Rorschach. Kicked the midsection of Rorschach there, and Rorschach with headlock on Wario. And just slams him down. And another leg drop by Rorschach there to Wario. Picks him up as Rorschach. Into the neckbreaker. And a knee drop to Wario there by Rorschach. Never seen him do that before. Or now Rorschach picking up Wario. Picks him up into the fireman's carry position. Into a flapjack. And another leg drop by Rorschach to Wario there. Now Rorschach picking up Wario again. Kicked the midsection of Wario there. And now Rorschach, another one of these reverse suplexers, almost like a wheelbarrow one, sort of. Kind of. Not sure. Now Rorschach dragging Wario away from the ropes. He's clutching to the ring, by the way. Going for a cover with Rorschach. 1, 2, and Wario kicks out again. And Wario kicking the kick there and nails him with a clothesline. Elbow drop to Rorschach there by Wario. Punch to the face, knocking him down. Kick to the leg of Rorschach there by Wario. And now Wario is setting up for the wah bomb, potentially. Clothesline knocks him down. Wario, you are not Captain Pollution. TAW. And now Wario going for the wah bomb. And he nails the wah bomb. And the freaking Goldman Sachs powerbomb. I forget which name of his finish is. It's one of those two. I think it's Waluigi the wah bomb. 2, and only 2 count. Rorschach test by Rorschach to Wario there. Going for covers Rorschach. 1, 2, and Rorschach retains his title over Wario. Wario wasn't able to put him away with a Goldman Sachs powerbomb. He just ran right into another Rorschach test by Rorschach. Rorschach retains his United States Championship. Unsurprisingly. Big win for Rorschach. Sending a statement to the rest of the roster. His win over Eli Manning was definitely not a fluke. And Rorschach's reign as U.S. champion continues. Now I'm just curious who's going to challenge him for the title next. I wish them luck, that's for sure. Now, next match is a tag team titles match between the Roadhouse Soldiers, ATG, and Tommy Todd, who is also the main roster tag team champions, by the way, against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. This final match in the feud between those two teams. Maybe this time Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins won't fuck it up and might actually win this time. I've been surprised in the past, but either way, that's our upcoming match. And congrats on the win once again, Rorschach. And this is the New Gen Tag Team Titles match for ATG and Tommy Todd. The two guys who have held the New Gen Championships for, at this point, probably about 900 days. A freaking taking on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns one last time. Because after this, the Shield is going to have to go back to the end of the line. I don't give a shit if two of them if it can form a champion into current champions in WWE, especially in the case of Roman Reigns. I will never acknowledge that piece of crap. And apparently, from what I've been told, Dean Ambrose is with him. I guess we were able to snag Jon Moxley from AEW for a little in New Japan for a little while. But ATG and Tommy Todd are up for the toughest challenge yet, because they faced and beaten the Shield in the past. Barely. And the Shield are determined to try and win these tag titles. Just like they were determined to get this opportunity when they defeated Marilyn Manson's partners in the Nobodies, which for a certain somebody I have yet to re-record that match, and I probably will never have the time to get to it. But I just have to accept the fact that footage of that tag match is lost, and that's all I'm going to say about that. These two The Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns won a tag team title number contender match against the Nobodies a really long while back, and the footage of that match was lost. And let's get this tag team title match underway between the two teams, and immediately ATG just booting Seth Rollins in the face. And ATG just punching Rollins in the face there. A straight punch. And ATG with a headlock on Rollins into the body slam. And ATG just repeatedly punching Rollins in the face and nailing him with another boot to the face. And apparently it's not Rollins, it's not Roman that's teaming with Rollins this time, it's Ambrose. I thought Roman was supposed to be Rollins' tag team partner, but I guess it's Ambrose this time. Freebird rules, I guess. Falcon Arrow by Rollins, by the way, on ATG. And ATG with a headlock on Rollins. Elbow to the face of ATG there by Rollins. And they're calling elbow tie between the two. Sean McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. And now a neck breaker by ATG to Rollins. Now ATG just punching the shit out of Rollins in the face here. And ATG just delivering more punches straight to the dome of Rollins. ATG picking up Rollins and just more punches. Another boot to the face. Rollins by ATG. ATG just been beating the crap out of Rollins the entire match so far. DDT to Rollins by ATG. Jesus Christ. Now Tommy's tagged in. Well, tagged in, but you know what I mean. Now Tommy dragging Rollins away from the ropes. Going for a cover after the ass kicking he's been getting this entire match. One, and Rollins kicks out. And ATG just punching Rollins and now just getting whooped in the corner by John Moxley or Dean Ambrose. Now Rollins setting Tommy on the top turnbuckle. Oh God. Now Rollins with a stunner to Tommy from the top turnbuckle and whiffs the elbow drop there. Calling up a tag between the two. Sean McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. Into the armbar by Tommy on Rollins. Into the armbar submission. Now Tommy dragging Rollins away from the ropes. Tommy rolling Rollins over, going for a cover. Roman's on the apron. Only a one count there. Rollins kicked out. Ambrose also nailing an elbow. And Tommy getting whipped in the corner again by Ambrose. And now Rollins setting Tommy on the top turnbuckle again. Oh God, not this crap again. And another top rope stunner to Tommy there by Rollins. And now Tommy with a headlock on Rollins. Into the suplex by Tommy there. Going for a cover is Tommy. One. And Rollins kicks out again there. Ambrose whipping Tommy back in the corner. And now Rollins going for another turnbuckle stunner. Yep. 3 times the charm, I guess. And another one to Tommy there by Rollins. Now Rollins with a headlock on Tommy. Just punches him down there. And now Ambrose wants a hot tag from Rollins. Now Ambrose is in the match. Whiffs the freaking hot tag, unsurprisingly there. And now Tommy tags ATG in. ATG with an elbow at the face of Ambrose and a kick to midsection and a flare of punches, but misses boot there. Now Ambrose is on the offensive of ATG, who blocks that punch and a headlock. And just punches him down. Now ATG just beating the crap out of Dean Ambrose. Now ATG picking up Ambrose back to his feet. Go behind. And ATG with a suplex to Ambrose there. Now ATG dragging Ambrose away from the ropes. Now going for his variation of the sharpshooter. Another clover leaf. Trying to make Ambrose tap out. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Ambrose crawling his way to the ropes and manages to get the ropes for the rope break. And the ropes are glitching out, and there goes Rollins, just getting sent flying off the apron by Tommy. And ATG nailing a neckbreaker to Dean Ambrose there. And now Tommy going for a camel clutch on Ambrose, who gets a rope break again. And ATG with a pair of punches and a headlock to Ambrose, who slips out of that headlock and whiffs the elbow drop there. And ATG with just a punch into the DDT. Dean Ambrose there. And now ATG going for a cover. Nope, he's going for an actual sharpshooter this time. ATG determined to make Ambrose taps out, but Rollins breaks up the submission there. Kick midsection and more punches by ATG and whiffs the boot again. And Ambrose with the neck breaker to ATG. And Ambrose tags in Rollins. And now Rollins with the suplex into the neck breaker to ATG. Whiffs the elbow drop there. And ATG tags in Tommy. Now Tommy would go behind on Rollins and a slap to the back of the head. Into the armbar. And Rollins slips out of it with the headlock takeover. Shot at the Darby Allin. And Tommy sending Rollins into a spine buster. And now Tommy dragging Rollins away from the ropes. Going for a cover is Tommy. One. With Roman distracting the ref and Ambrose breaking up the pin attempt with an elbow drop. Tommy with a headlock into Rollins. In the Russian leg sweep by Rollins. And Rollins with punches and misses the enziguri there. Kick the midsection of Tommy by Rollins there. Tommy getting whipped in the corner by Rollins. Tags in Ambrose. So it goes up to the top turnbuckle. Foot stomp to the back of Tommy there by Ambrose. And Ambrose knocking ATG off the apron there, kind of. And Ambrose tags in Rollins. And Tommy tags in ATG. Shoulder tackle by ATG to Rollins. Going for a cover again. One. And Roman distracting the ref again. Ambrose picked up that pin. ATG head on Rollins. And ATG whipping Rollins into a knee to midsection. Now going for a camel clutch again. And there's Roman up on the apron again. Ambrose trying to break up that submission attempt, but he wasn't able to thanks to Tommy. And ATG trying to make Rollins taps out, while Rollins is desperately trying to crawl the rope so the ref is distracted by Roman. And Tommy just keeps running interference, keeping Ambrose from breaking up that submission attempt. But that time Rollins manages to get out of it. Super kick by ATG to Rollins. Going for a cover is ATG. 1, 2, and Ambrose breaks it up with an elbow drop again. And Rollins blocks that kick into the dragon screw. And now Rollins, the kick to the midsection of ATG. Kick midsection again. And Rollins whipping ATG in the corner. Rollins tags in Ambrose. And Ambrose, another double foot stomp to the back of ATG there. Knee to the back of ATG. And just more stomps. And a drop kick to the leg. A roll up by ATG, which he's won with before. 1, 2, and Rollins breaks it up. And the ATG would go behind an Ambrose, who flips him over. Ran right into the ref there. Ambrose tags in Rollins. Punch the face, and another one by Rollins there, into the armbar. Flip. Deep freeze neck breaker much there. Sub-Zero's going to be pissed when he sees that. And a knee drop by Rollins to ATG. And ATG just punching Rollins off of him. Punch the face. And Rollins whipping ATG in the corner. And Rollins getting put in the corner by ATG. Clothesline knocking him down. And ATG runs over and tags in Tommy. And now Tommy dragging Rollins away from the ropes. Tommy going for cover on Rollins. 1, 2, and Rollins kicks out. Now Tommy with just repeated punches. And the wind-up punch that he always likes to use. Straight from Texas. And Tommy going for a cover on Rollins. 1, 2, and Tommy gets the pin for the Roadhouse Soldiers once again. And the boys retain their titles. Again. And the boys just continue their reign as tag team champions. Which at this point, I wish anybody on any tag team on this roster luck trying to take these belts off these guys. They've been tag team champions for what feels like forever on New Gen. And I doubt that's ever going to change. The Shield gave it their best attempt definitely better than the last attempt, that's for sure. Especially since they mixed things up and probably kind of threw off ATG and Tommy's game since they thought they were facing Roman and Seth again, but this time they were facing Seth and Dean. Definitely probably was something they had to adjust to. But unsurprisingly, the Roadhouse Soldiers maybe they retain their titles over the Shield. And the Shield's going to have to go back to square one if they want to try and get these tag titles. Either way. Next match is the main event of this pay-per-view, which is a triple threat New Gen title match between Marilyn Manson defending his title against Punchinello and Krillin. That match is going to be a clusterfuck. And I don't know how the hell Marilyn Manson is going to walk out as the champion. That's for sure. I wish him luck with that. Congrats on the win again, by the way, boys. You deserve it. And this is the main event of LWW New Gen CYBERSLAM, where Marilyn Manson defends his New Gen World Championship against Krillin and Punchinello. The odds are stacked against Marilyn Manson in this match, as he is going into this thing on his own. No Damian Thorne or Edward Carpathier to back him up, and he's literally could lose his championship without even getting pinned or submitted, because triple threat rules. And Punchinello and Krillin have been going at each other's throats last few episodes of New Gen. Especially the go-home one for this pay-per-view. Literally, he had Punchinello blowing up Krillin's car. Lord knows, Bulma was blowing up my inbox, expecting this company to pay for the insurance and everything for a replacement car, which we did. Because last thing we need is Bulma showing up in here kicking everybody's ass, especially mine. Like I said, Manson, the odds are not in his favor in this match. But Manson has surprised me in the past. If he somehow manages to walk out of here with this championship still in his hands, and go into LWW Final Hunt, I almost said AOT Team Mania, that's a pay-per-view I'm working on for the other show here soon. But if he manages to go into LWW Final Hunt 3 with this championship still, I would be impressed. If anything, if I was Manson, I would take advantage of the fact that Krillin and Punchinello literally want to murder each other. And they're probably going to in this match, since, no disqualifications. Pinfalls and submissions in the ring only, because, this ain't falls count anyway, people. And I've been looking forward to this match all night for this pay-per-view. And I've been looking forward to this match either way for a while, because these three are the top contenders for this championship on New Gen. How Punchinello managed to bullshit his way into becoming a contender for the world title, only because he still has had this beef with Marilyn Manson ever since back in the day when Manson was working for Satan, back when the Nobodies was called Hell's Inc. Remembers that? Ever since then, Punchinello's just had this beef with Marilyn Manson, and Punchinello's been determined to get his hands on Manson and win a title for the first time, because he has never held championship gold. And this is a perfect opportunity for him to win that first title, if he's lucky. And here comes Krillin making his way out here, the former TW Internet Champion. And I believe he might have been Hardcore Champion at one point, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, anybody who watches this. Krillin showed up in this company after he was released from TAW. And now he's looking to prove himself by winning his first ever world title in New Gen. But he has a tough task ahead of him, because, like I said, he has to beat Punchinello, who he has had a blood feud with lately. And he also has to beat the current champion, Marilyn Manson, who defeated the current newly crowned TAW champion Sephiroth back in the day. And speaking of Sephiroth, shout out to TAW and also CIW. And I am just so freaking happy that douchebag Elder God Liu Kang isn't the TAW champion anymore. I am so freaking happy. But what I'm not happy about is this freak coming out here to the ring. This guy gives me the creeps, and he keeps threatening to throw ass bombs at my car whenever he sees me when we show up in the parking garage before every show. Every time I see him, he's always threatening to blow up my car with an ass bomb. I don't know why the hell he's always so pissed off at me. He just is. Punchinello just has a lot of issues. He doesn't like anybody. This company. He just has a lot of... He needs to get some, therapy or something. And we have therapy sessions every now and again. We literally pay... It's literally part of the contract that every wrestler here can have at least 2 or 3 therapy sessions that we pay for. Because this business is stressful. But Punchinello just does not use any of our therapy sessions that we literally pay for him to do. At least 3 times a month. Either way, it saves us money though, at least when he does it. Like, only like a handful of people ever actually do this therapy thing. Jack 6 especially does it, because that dude has more anger problems than I need trying to he can keep track of. And there's a New Gen Championship that these three are competing for. One of these three are walking out of this show with that title. And let's get this New Gen Championship triple threat underway. And immediately Krillin tries to go after Manson, and Punchinello just throwing kicks and punches to both of them. And Colin elbow top between Krillin and Manson, and a headlock by Krillin on Manson. Hurricane run to the Manson there by Krillin. Oh god, now Punchinello off the ropes. Running splash to Marilyn Manson there by Punchinello. And Punchinello going for a cover Manson, not even a 1 count. It's going to take a lot more than that, Punchinello. Punchinello tried to go for a drop kick to the legs, but he missed. Russian leg sweep by Krillin there to Manson. And now, shockingly, Krillin and Punchinello are double teaming Manson. Now, Punchinello just repeatedly punching Manson in the midsection while Krillin was holding his arms. Headlock and a double drop kick by Punchinello and Krillin. Into the leg drop with the assist by Krillin there. And now Krillin whooping Manson in the ropes. Manson with a shot to the back of Krillin, and then Punchinello headlock and Manson again, who just gets tossed off by Manson. And now Krillin with a reverse DDT. And now Manson getting sent into the corner by Krillin. I don't know what the hell Punchinello was trying to go for there by Krillin, whipping Manson in the opposite corner. If he can kick backflip there by Krillin to Manson. Now Punchinello and Krillin double teaming Manson again. And now Krillin's the one just repeatedly punching Manson in the midsection. These two are trying to take the current champion out of the situation so that these two could go at it. And one of them could potentially get a pinfall for win the title. And another assisted leg drop there, Manson. And now Krillin going after Punchinello. And Manson would just punch to both of them. And Krillin missing that heel kick. Super kick there, and a jumping kick by Punchinello and Manson while Krillin is holding him. Manson just kicking Krillin off of him. And Krillin blocking that punch there, and headlock by Krillin and Manson. Now these two just double teaming Manson again. Josh, if you see this, I'm sorry that your favorite musician is getting double teamed by a Dragon Ball Z character and a dude from Super Mario RPG. Gutbuster there by both of them and Krillin. I think Punchinello just barely grazed Manson with that drop kick to the leg. And a gut buster from both of them, Manson this time. Elbow drop to the back of Manson by Punchinello. Now Punchinello with a headlock on Krillin. And now Manson and Punchinello with a suplex to Krillin. Manson with a punch to Krillin there. And Punchinello sending Krillin into the ropes. Back body drop to Krillin by Punchinello. Go behind by Manson on Punchinello. Into the suplex. Now Manson picking up Punchinello, sends him into the corner. And Manson just ignoring Krillin when he was telling him to bring it. Now Krillin with a headlock on Manson into the armbar, into the go behind. Now Punchinello teaming up on Manson with Krillin again. Just more punches to the midsection of Manson. He's going to be puking his guts out after this show, I'm telling you. What the freak was that? I think Manson tried to go for a face buster to Punchinello, but Krillin broke it up. And now just slamming Punchinello's head against the ring after punching him repeatedly a few times. Now Manson with a headlock on Punchinello. Now Krillin's getting involved again. Leaping kick there by Manson to Punchinello while Krillin was holding him. And now Krillin, the leg snap there, Punchinello. And Punchinello just kicking Krillin off of him there. And the Punchinello with a headlock on Krillin. Now Manson's getting involved here. Now Krillin with a DDT to both of them. They tried to go for a suplex again. Krillin was like, nope, not this time, assholes. And Krillin with a headlock on Punchinello. Into the chin breaker. What the hell was Krillin going for there? I don't know. And now Krillin and Punchinello with a wheelbarrow suplex. Shout out to the Hardy Boys. Backflip into a moonsault there, or whatever the hell that was by Krillin there. Front flip kick into splash by Punchinello and Krillin. Manson there. Punchinello with an elbow to the face of Krillin and knocking him down. And an elbow drop which he whiffed. And Manson sending Krillin into the ropes. Face buster there by Manson and Krillin. Go behind by Punchinello and Manson. Lifts him up and slams him down on his knee. And now Punchinello trying to go for Walls of Jericho there, but Manson was able to get the rope break, and Krillin was right there to break it up anyway. Oh god, springboard, which Mitch Punchinello missed. Good job, dumbass. Knee drop by Manson there. Oh, Punchinello and armbar on Manson. Trips him up. Sits on his leg. And now Punchinello sitting on Manson's leg again. And now Manson is pissed. Headlock by Krillin on Manson. And now they're just double teaming Manson with just more punches to the breadbasket. Krillin. The freaking jumping kick there to Manson, knocking him down again. Punchinello going to the outside. And Krillin whipping Manson in the corner. Sliced bread there much? And Punchinello, no sense that Krillin was trying to go for some. The destructo disc, but Punchinello just nailing him in the back with that clothesline. And now Punchinello is destroying my announce table. And Krillin is going to have to Punchinello to get payback for him attacking him before. And now Punchinello with a headlock on Krillin. Now sends him back in the ring. Elbow to the head of Krillin there by Punchinello. And now Manson going at Punchinello. Punchinello with a headlock on Manson. Oh god. And now Punchinello putting Manson against my announce table. Krillin trying to go after Punchinello. And now Punchinello going to the top turnbuckle. Elbow drop to Manson through my announce table. While Krillin tried to prevent it. At least you tried to save my announce table, Krillin. And also Hurricane Rana by Krillin to Punchinello. And arm drag by Krillin to Punchinello there. And another arm drag by Krillin to Punchinello. Krillin is just going crazy, and Manson is somehow back up after that elbow drop. And now they're just beating the crap out of Krillin from both sides. And Manson getting sent back in the ring. And Krillin blocking that punch from Punchinello into the headlock. And Punchinello sending Krillin into the barricade. Oh god. You gonna do something, Punchinello? And he's just nailing his sister Abigail to Krillin. That's the Peace Bird Wyatt. And now Manson's just beating the shit out of Krillin there. Now Manson sending Krillin in the steel steps. And now they're just double teaming Krillin on the outside of the ring. Just punching him repeatedly in the stomach again. And now Manson sending Punchinello into the steel steps there, and a shot to the back of Punchinello by Manson there. Just punching the back of his head. Hope you guys know this is no disqualifications. You can use weapons in this match. Just putting that out there. Now Manson going back to the outside. After going back to the ring briefly there. And Krillin with an arm drag to Manson into the steel steps. And Manson just a punch the midsection of Krillin there. And another arm drag to Manson there by Krillin. Elbow to the Krillin there. Arm drag again by Krillin when Manson tried to go for a clothesline. And Manson getting sent into the ring post there. And getting face slammed into the ring post by Punchinello there is Manson. And now Punchinello's back in with Manson. And Punchinello sending Manson into the corner. Running splash by Punchinello to Manson. And an elbow drop to the back. And now Punchinello picking up Manson. And Manson, the kick to midsection of Punchinello, blocking whatever he tried to go for there. And Krillin tried to go for something, but Punchinello reversed it into a shoulder tackle. And now Krillin's back up, and he's pissed. Chop blocked by Manson to Punchinello, which I'm amazed he was even able to nail, because Punchinello is short. He's shorter than Krillin somehow. And Manson just beating the shit out of Punchinello. And now Krillin with a headlock on Manson. Chop to the chest, knock it down. And a drop kick. Off the rope is Krillin. Jumping clothesline, taking him down. Now Krillin with a kicks to Punchinello. Sends him into the corner. And now Krillin with the sliced bread to Punchinello there. Pin him, Krillin, Jesus. Now dragging him from the ropes. And Manson just punching Krillin and that kick there. And Manson tried to go for something, but Punchinello with a DDT to Manson. And now Punchinello dragging Manson away from the ropes. Now Punchinello going for a cover. And Krillin breaks it up after a 1 count. Well, punches the Manson there. By Punchinello. Whips him in the corner. And now Punchinello was like, psych! And he nails that discus close on to Krillin somewhat. And now Punchinello trying to go for Walls of Jericho again. And Manson manages to break it up after finally breaking up after being in the corner for a minute. And Punchinello trying to go for a bear hug now. And Manson breaks that up too. Punchinello is determined to try and get this submission win. Now Krillin with a Destructo Disc to Punchinello. And now Krillin dragging Punchinello away from the ropes. Krillin going for a cover. One. Only a one count there. Punchinello is a tough son of a bitch, I'll give him that. Armbar by Manson. And now Krillin, Manson with a drop kick to Punchinello. And the assisted leg drop. Again. Standing moonsault by Krillin. Now Krillin with the... I forget what that's called. But he nails that to Punchinello. Krillin with the springboard, which he missed. Somehow. And Manson just slamming Krillin's face first against the ring after punching him a few times. And now Manson goes for cover and Punchinello breaks it up again. And Krillin with a kick to Manson there. And Krillin just a stomp to the arm of Manson. And another one. And Manson punching Krillin off there. And Punchinello with a headlock on Manson. Sends him in the corner. Watch out, ref. And Krillin with a go behind and Punchinello. Drop kick to the back. Hurricane Runner as well. Now Krillin going to the outside again. Springboard, which he missed again. Good job, dumbass. Elbow drop, which Punchinello missed. Everybody just keeps double teaming each other. And another gut buster by Punchinello and Manson, but this time to Krillin. Punchinello going for a cover again. He's the only one that seems to be doing that. And Manson picks up. And now these two are just ganging up on Punchinello again. Punches, kicks, and trips him up. And this weird wheelbarrow thing that the Hardy Boys do. Standing moonsault there. Back at Krillin, Punchinello. Oh god. Krillin with a springboard. Manson with the springboard, which he missed. They both missed. Good job, morons. Hurricane Rana into the armbar and Punchinello by Krillin. And Manson breaks it up. And now Manson with a headlock on Punchinello. And again with this wheelbarrow suplex thing that the Hardy Boys like to do sometimes. And Punchinello kicking Krillin off of him there. And now Manson getting knocked against the ropes by Punchinello. And Punchinello sending Krillin into the ropes again. And the elbow to the face of Krillin there by Punchinello. And Krillin, Hurricane into the roll up, and he reversed the clothesline attempt, and Manson breaks it up. Uppercut by Krillin and Punchinello there. And now Krillin with the Russian leg sweep to Punchinello. Oh god, now Manson. Springboard! Which he missed. Good job, dumbass. Now Krillin trying to go for a submission on Punchinello, but he got the rail break, I guess, or something. I don't know what the hell they're calling it. Elbow tap between the two. Sean McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. And a headlock by Krillin on Punchinello. And now Manson and Krillin with a DDT to Punchinello there. Manson, this is not time to be taunting. Even though I'm pretty sure you just had a new CD that just came out, or doing a concert or something that was probably successful knowing you. And Krillin just getting tossed back there by Punchinello. One! Manson breaks up that pin attempt there. Headlock by Punchinello. By Krillin again. And now a Russian leg sweep to Krillin by Punchinello and Manson. Going for cover again is Punchinello. One! Only one count. That's Krillin kicked out. I almost thought Manson was just going to let it happen. That would have been a real stupid way to lose your title. And Punchinello was sitting on Krillin's legs again. Now Punchinello with a kick to the leg of Krillin. And Punchinello with a springboard, which he missed. I think that was supposed to be the ass bomb. And Krillin with a Destructo Disc to Manson. Hurry up, Krillin. Pin him already, damn it. Quit dragging him away from the ropes. And Krillin flipping over Punchinello there. Oh god, Krillin, what are you doing? And now Krillin sunset flip into the pin. 1, and Manson breaks it up. Russian leg sweep by Krillin there to Punchinello. And Krillin goes for another pin attempt. 1, and Manson breaks it up again. And now Manson is the only one who hasn't done a finisher or a signature to anybody yet. Well, Krillin has hit 2 destructive discs, and Punchinello missed the ass bomb and hit the sister Abigail earlier. And Krillin with a DDT to both of them there. Krillin, what are you doing? Krillin going for a cover on Manson after just running on the ring. 1, and Punchinello broke it up. STO by Punchinello there. And now Manson with a headlock on him. And into a sleeper hold there by Manson on Punchinello. Is Punchinello going to tap out? Manson going to retain his title this way? He's hanging on. Krillin is still down. Now Krillin's back up. And Krillin managed to break up a submission attempt. And the chain breaker to Manson there by Punchinello. Now Punchinello trying to go... Well, he's actually just doing a leg drop. The leg there. I thought he was going for a submission. Slamming his arm against the ring. Most useless move in wrestling. Now Krillin going for his own freaking sleeper hold. But Punchinello breaks it up. Misses the kick there to Krillin. And now Punchinello punched Manson, who just knocks him down with that punch. Manson going for cover. 1. Only 1 count. Ran into each other there. And Manson with the face buster to Punchinello. And the chop block. Manson going for a camel clutch on Punchinello. And Krillin manages to break up that submission attempt. And Manson with a headlock on Krillin. Into another submission attempt. What's with all these submissions? Why isn't nobody hitting their finishers or anything? At least Krillin has. And Punchinello has failed besides hitting his Abigail on the outside of the ring. And Krillin with the suplex to Punchinello there. And now Krillin dragging Punchinello away from the ropes. He is glitching to the ring. What the frick? Krillin going for a cover. Only 1 count after Manson broke it up. And Manson with the suplex to Krillin. And Manson dragging Krillin away from the ropes for reasons. And now Punchinello with a headlock on Manson. Jumping kick there by Punchinello to Manson as Krillin was assisting. Gumbo covers Krillin. 1, and Punchinello breaks it up. And now Punchinello and Manson double teaming Krillin with the suplex. And now Punchinello dragging Krillin away from the ropes. Punchinello going for a cover again. 1, and Manson picks it up. Kick to midsection by Manson. Knee to the midsection of Krillin and by Punchinello. And now Manson with the spine buster to Punchinello. And now Krillin trying to steal a pin. 1, and Manson breaks it up. And Manson going for the wheel to nobody's pedigree. And he nails it. Punchinello trying to steal the pin. 1, and Manson breaks it up before he even gets a 1 count. Finally hit his finisher there. Took him a minute. And now they're just double teaming Krillin again. And now Punchinello with a headlock. And Manson and Punchinello with a diamond cutter to Krillin there. Shout out to DDP. Punchinello off the ropes. Running splash. Double cover. And Manson breaks it up at 1. And now Manson with an armbar on Punchinello. And Krillin and Manson now double teaming Punchinello with a double drop kick. And the assisted leg drop again. And now Punchinello shoving Manson off from there. Russian leg sweep by Krillin to Punchinello. Standing moonsault by Krillin to Punchinello there. Now Krillin going for a cover again. 1, and Manson picks it up. So many 1 counts. Now Punchinello and armbar on Krillin. Into the headlock. And now Manson and Punchinello with a DDT to Krillin. Manson going to the outside. Springboard! Which he missed. And now Punchinello tried to go for something, but Krillin shoves him off. Into the arm drag by Krillin there to Punchinello. Kick to Punchinello, and another one. And Manson with just repeated punches to Krillin there. And another Russian leg sweep by both of them to Krillin. And now Manson trying to go for submission. Nope, he just go for a stomp to the arm of Krillin there. And now Krillin just punching Manson off of him there. Kick to midsection of Krillin by Manson. And another Russian leg sweep by both of them there. And now Manson and Punchinello springboard, and Punchinello misses with the ass bomb again. Good job, moron. And Krillin blocks that punch from Manson. And Manson blocks that punch from Krillin. Elbow to the face. And more punches to Krillin there. Spine buster to Krillin by Manson. Punchinello and Manson just taking turns dragging Krillin away from the ropes for reasons, I guess. Punchinello going for a cover. Manson picks it up. And now Krillin's dazed. Sister Abigail by Punchinello to Krillin. And Punchinello dragging Krillin away from the ropes. Over cover again, and Manson picks it up. Shot to the back of Krillin there by Punchinello. And another one. And now these two just double teaming Krillin into the neck breaker. And Manson, this is not time to be taunting. And Punchinello makes him pay for it. And just repeatedly punches him, dazes him, but Manson just sends him in the corner. Punch the face. Oh god. And now turns him out in the corner. Sets him on the top turnbuckle as Manson. Oh god. Manson with the superplex. Well, reverse superplex, but you know what I mean. From the top turnbuckle, punching out. Now just punching the back of his head. And Krillin go for cover. One, and Punchinello either kicked out or Manson broke it up there. Arm drag by Krillin. Manson going for a full Nelson, and Punchinello breaks it up. Krillin with the heel kick to Manson there. Punchinello whiffing that shot. Going for cover with Krillin. One, and the elbow drop there by Punchinello again. And Krillin with repeated kicks to Manson. Drop kick to Manson there by Krillin. Now Krillin going for cover. One, and Punchinello breaks it up again. Another kick by Krillin there. And another Sister Abigail by Punchinello to Krillin there. Punchinello going for cover on Krillin. And Manson breaks it up. And now Krillin and Manson double teaming Punchinello. And another leaping kick by Krillin. Manson going for cover on Punchinello. One, and Krillin breaks up with the front flip kick. Drop kick to Manson there, knock him in the corner. Oh god. Now Krillin's hitting Manson in the top turnbuckle. Oh Jesus Christ. And now Krillin with a suplex to Manson from the top turnbuckle. Krillin going for cover. One, and Punchinello nails the elbow drop, breaking up that pin attempt. And Punchinello with a headlock on Krillin. And Manson and Punchinello double teaming Krillin again. Nope, and he nails him with a DDT. Both of them. Krillin going for cover. One, and Punchinello kicks out again. Hurricane Run at Punchinello there by Krillin. And now Krillin picking up Punchinello. Kicked midsection of Manson. Manson sending Krillin in the corner. Clothesline knocks him down. And Manson going for a camel clutch again on Krillin. And Krillin immediately taps out that camel clutch after Punchinello missed the elbow drop. And somehow Manson is still the New Gen champion after all this insanity. And just watch this elbow drop to the announce table. That was nuts. There by Punchinello. That was freaking probably the most insane spot I've ever seen in this entire match. But somehow, some way, Marilyn Manson is still the New Gen champion after all that. After making Krillin, the dude who showed up in New Gen after Manson retained his title against Sweet Tooth at a special show that we did a while back. I believe it was like Josh's birthday last year. And Manson was made well aware that Krillin was coming for his title. And Manson is still, somehow, the New Gen champion. Did I not say that Manson had the odds stacked against him before? And somehow he was able to pull it out of his ass to win. If you guys like this video, leave a like, comment, out stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Road to Final Hunt begins. And congrats on the win again, Manson. Josh is going to be happy about this.